U.S. Marines are on the ground in Syria. Fox News confirming they have arrived just outside the ISIS de facto capital of Raqqa. The Marines will reportedly build outposts there to support Syrian forces as they try to retake Raqqa from ISIS control. And as many as 1,000 U.S. troops could be sent to Kuwait. Be ready there for backup. General Jack Keane is a retired four-star Army general, chairman of the Institute for the Study of War, and a Fox News military analyst. General, good to see you today.
Good to see you, Shannon.
Okay, this definitely feels like a change in posture. You would expect that with the new administration. How much of this do you think is the president? How much of this is General Mattis, or a combination of the two?
Well, it clearly started with the president. He asked for a plan in 30 days to defeat ISIS. He has a sense of urgency about it. I believe the Pentagon has presented multiple options to the president, the low end, 1,000 and 2,000 forces, additional U.S. commitment. On the high end, as high as 12,000, which would include conventional ground forces, artillery units. You're seeing one being deployed right now, Apache helicopters, and additional special operation forces. The president's got to make a decision about all of that, and I'm certain that once that operation truly commences, he'll begin to talk about it to the American people, but likely not before that.
Well, there had been some criticism of President Obama that he'd sort of micromanaged and done small efforts, very targeted things in the region. Do you think this administration goes bigger and broader with some of these military moves?
I think so. I mean, clearly he's using the right terms. I want to defeat ISIS. I want to do it quickly. President Obama, since the invasion of Iraq that ISIS conducted in January of 2014, it took us 9 months to respond to that invasion, by the way. We have made 12 troop incremental changes from the summer of 2014 to the present. That is not the way to conduct a campaign. What the president has asked for as commander-in-chief, he's done absolutely the right thing, Shannon. He says, bring me a campaign plan to defeat ISIS, not just in Iraq and Syria, but defeat them entirely. And that is what military planning is truly all about.
Well, and you know, there's always this conversation when troops are sent closer to the front lines, U.S. troops, there's always a little bit of skittishness with the American people. It's something the last administration was incredibly sensitive to. But if you're going to defeat a group like ISIS, how involved will we have to get? Things like boots on the ground, a bigger commitment of personnel in that region.
Well, those are the choices the president's got to make. And I think he clearly knows the American people are supporting defeating ISIS and doing it as quickly as possible. After all, ISIS has radicalized people in the United States who have killed Americans, and they're obviously killing citizens in Europe, our fellow allies, and others in the region. So there's no doubt, I believe, that the American people will support the president's efforts. And he explains the situation, why we need X number of troops, why it's going to take this amount of time to do it, and gives them a sense of what the end state is. I think they'll support him.